Grand Rising Soul Tribe, Tracy here with Sweet Spot E-Magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, comments, the generous donations, the hypes, everything. I appreciate it all. We're going to go ahead and ring the bell. We're going to clear out the energy, and then we'll just see what the message that Spirit has for us this Friday morning, or whenever you happen to see this. Someone doesn't even have the assistance of their ancestors at this time. There are no archangels, no angels. There's no assistance. Even people in the 3D are turning their back. Until they can do right by you, because they have caused you a great injustice, nothing will go right for them. Bottom of the deck. Hey, J. Mike. What comes around goes around. This person is stuck in this portal. They're stuck in this, on this hamster wheel. It has to do with this relationship or a relationship that you were in. Doesn't necessarily mean that you were in a relationship with this person. It just means that they affected this relationship. And that's what got them stuck. Them trying to throw some magic on it. Now this person is finding that what they did, they're being looked at as a fool. Because what they put out is definitely coming back. This is someone that you've known for a while, a long time. But this is someone who's been doing things against you for a long time too. Hey, Addie. This is somebody who's been keeping a close eye on you. And they've had their hand in trying to make life harder for you. But see, what they didn't realize is that you were protected. What they didn't realize is that you were able to stand up for yourself and you knew the truth. This is why you left. This is why you were forced to walk away, so that they could get what's due to them. And while you were taken to safety, a secure location, they're being brought to justice. Now this person, they want to try and double back because they know that they're stuck in some type of hamster wheel. And they know that you have a loving and pure heart. This person, it's like every time they try and get something off the ground, it's not working. See, this person messed with your stability. And they thought that they were going to get some type of accolades that they didn't even deserve. And it wasn't until things started to kind of go south for them, that's whenever someone, really started to look at things differently. Because now they're realizing what they've done. See, they didn't realize that you knew their sneaky little antics. You knew the confusion they were trying to create. Hey, create. They didn't know that you were spiritually protected by this as well. See, they thought that you didn't see what they were doing, but you saw it all. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Yeah, something about they wanted to take your place. They wanted to take your spot in like your family or something. You know, like it's so weird. Like they wanted to move you out and for them to comfortably sit in your chair, confirmation in your spot. You know, like they were going to get everything that you were destined to receive because they were out there. Now this person is wondering, they're like losing things. Everything is going south. People don't want to be bothered with this person because everybody sees this person totally differently than how they try to appear, how they try to present themselves. You know, and you know, it's like their ancestors are their ancestors have their heads. I mean, their heads in their hands, and they're holding their heads down in shame just because of what this person was trying to do to you. And people are seeing this. This is why people are leaving this person out in the cold. Hey, 2B Records, how are you? Like I said, this person didn't realize that you knew how to protect yourself. You knew what was going on, and you knew when it was time for you to leave. So that this person could go ahead and receive what they thought that they were going to get. But what they were receiving is not what they're getting. Addie, did I say hello? See, that this person tried to gang up or gather with others, like with a coven or something, or this family, and they thought that they were going to be able to uh, uh, send out these shots fired. That's what I'm hearing. You know, send out this information or make it so that somebody accepted them to be in your place. What's the message, Spirit? Like somebody wanted to destiny swap with you. But everybody's seeing who this person truly is. And they're seeing everything that they've caused. All the calamity, all the hardship, how this person wanted you to be overburdened because of how they felt about themselves. And my nose is itching. Not itching, but tingling. So therefore, like I said, until they do right by you, nothing is going to go right by them. Nobody is giving to this person. People don't want to hear about what this person is going through because they know this person to be a sneaky son of a bitch. They know this person to be someone who's not fair, who doesn't want to work, who doesn't want to follow any rules, who feels like they can make up their own rules, and this is not, you're not the first person that they've done this to. You were just the wrong one that they did this to. All right, J Mike. Now this person is feeling in regret because they truly don't have anything. They may be losing everything. And until they go within and admit to the error of their own ways and stop trying to deny it, stop trying to deflect it, stop trying to say that it wasn't me, it was because of this person that I did this, project it, they're not going to have anything. And they're being they have to go within and also look at see who they or atone for who they tried to get on board their hate train towards you. Like I said, this person wanted to destiny swap with you. And you were always worthy. You were always confident. You were always secure within yourself. And this is what this person didn't like. They tried whatever to make it seem like, build themselves up to make it seem like it, they were the same, but they're not. They weren't. It's like this person, like I said, they was trying to destiny swap with you. They wanted what was yours, not knowing what you even had to go through to get what you have. Everything that this person thought that they was going to have, they don't. Like I said, even their ancestors are not even assisting them. Their ancestors don't even want to be around them. Even their ancestors are embarrassed by them. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yeah, everything that this person thought that they was going to do, all of these cute little antics, this is what they've caught in. This is like what they're seen as or what they're known for. People don't trust them because they know this person to be immature and has always been immature. And until they can clear up some things, they can, even if they don't, even if even if they cannot reach out and ask for your forgiveness, if they don't get themselves together, they're going to be stuck in this cycle. This is the cycle they've been in for a while. Because whatever relationship they got in the middle of, they know that this was a relationship that was blessed from God, that was, put here specifically for you two to be together. Whether it was a romantic relationship, whether it was a working relationship or whatever. But like I said, this person wanted to destiny swap with you. They wanted to be the one that people looked up to. They wanted to be the one that people said, oh, yes, they are worthy. But they're not. They've never been worthy. This person spent so much time and energy bad mouthing you, saying that you did this and you did that, whenever you didn't do any of that shit. Like I said, now this person is being looked at as a fool. And, this person, and people are looking at what's happening to this person because the ships are coming in. Those roosters are coming home to roost. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Thank you. Yeah, see, somebody wanted to be looked at and looked upon as some type of emperor, as some type of upstanding, individual, I am this, I am that. But the way they went about it, instead of them working on themselves, instead of them, having a confidence within themselves, they didn't. They tried to put you in a position and trying to hurt you and try to make it seem like you were not doing something that you were doing and like they were doing something they weren't doing. The work. Now this person is stuck within what they did to themselves. They have no choice but to face themselves in that mirror. This heartache and this heartbreak, they wanted you to be able to feel that, but it's them that's feeling that. Archangel Michael is right here, and they're making sure that their ancestors do not cross a line. Their ancestors are being told to stand down. And they are not crossing Archangel Michael at all. They don't want to feel his wrath. See, this person tried to use your loving energy and your loving heart against you. They tried to come against you and attack you where they felt it was going to hurt you the most, in your heart, only for this person to have their heart being hurt. Now somebody wants to feel sorry for themselves Now that they're sitting here trying to think, oh, maybe I did too much, or what did I do wrong that I couldn't get that spot? Now they want someone to feel pity. Now they want to come with some type of excuses when there is no excuse. If you didn't do the work, you didn't do the work. What's the message, Spirit? They have no assistance whatsoever. I feel like even the people that their own family, their own family is being told to stand down. They can't even get involved, because if they get involved, they're going to get hit with these shells and these bullets and everything else too. Because judgment is here. At the end of the day, judgment is here. And they are so upset now that they tried to come for you when you did not even send for this motherfucker. And they're looking at you, and you know what? You are so unbothered at this moment. You don't feel any pity. You don't feel any remorse. You feel absolutely, positively not one thing for this greasy motherfucker. Because you didn't do anything to deserve their hate. But they did everything to deserve this wrath. Hey, Mr. Jens, the Viking. How are you? See, it's like this. Somebody even, they could have, come, did something with your children. Tried to steer your children in the wrong direction. Tried to, take away that sunshine. Because they never thought that they was going to get caught. They never thought that they was going to have to pay that same piper. They didn't think that the karma really was going to come for them in such a way. The karma is here. Archangel Michael is standing firm, and there, like I said, it's Archangel Michael is letting this person's ancestors, even family members that are still here, know to stand the fuck down. This person is losing everything. They need help. They need help right now. I'm so glad that you are blessed. Yes, you are. And you've been a blessing. Now somebody, they want to ask for your forgiveness, because, but yet at the same time, they're being told to stand back, but they don't want to admit to what they've done. They want your forgiveness, but they don't want to admit what they've done. Like they trying to hold everything in, like you'll just be like, oh well, we don't have to talk about that. You don't have to really admit it. Just I forgive you. But no, this time with you, this person crossed the line. They were already on, what is it called? They were already on spiritual probation. Hey, Touche. They were already warned time and time and time again. Like I said, you were not the first person they've done this to. They've done this to several people. You was just the wrong one that they did it to. And now that they are receiving judgment, it's like this is something that's too much for this person to bear. They feel like their entire world is crumbling, and it is. It's crumbling down. All of these secrets that are coming out about this person has them in their feelings right now. They feel like they are drowning in their own feelings, and they don't know how to get their head above water anymore. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Jody. See, they're realizing now that they was trying to fuck with you for too long. They was trying to be disloyal or not have any integrity or anything. Whenever you had it for them, you was trying to help this person all along. But yet this person wanted to try and take you down. Like they wanted, like I said, they tried to get you where it hurt the most, in your heart. You are a loving person. You're very empathetic. You're very kind. You did all of these things to try and help somebody who was only had it in their mind to try and harm you. This person tried to bully you. They tried to belittle you. They tried to make you feel bad. They spread false rumors around about you, all because this person was jealous of you, all because this person didn't want to do the fucking work. And that's why they stuck in this cycle. That's why everybody sees them for who they are and what they've done. See, you were a blessing to this person. You was a blessing to this person, but they couldn't see that. Even whenever you was even whenever this person was going around bad mouthing you, spreading rumors and lies, you chose to just put yourself in your own protective bubble, and you just stood your ground. You didn't come after this person. You didn't sit there and go, well, you know what, and da 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 da, and well, let me tell you about them, and da 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 da. You didn't do any of that. You remained mature. You knew that the truth was going to come out about this person. And that's why you just, oh, thank goodness it's back. This is why you just did what you had to do. You received your guidance from above. You didn't sit here and stoop to their level. But yet this person thought that they was going to get it. They celebrated too soon. They thought that their witchcraft, they're them speaking ill will about you, them wishing you poor health and your finances. They thought it was going to work. They celebrated too fucking soon, and now this person is stuck looking stupid, not realizing that God has given that directive. Until you do right, ain't shit going right by you. No matter what they're trying to accomplish, nothing is working out. And this person is sitting there looking like, damn, none of this shit is working out. Somebody has to go within. Somebody is having to go within. Hey, Malcolm. And they're hoping that you would not really understand the calamity that they've caused, not really be able to say, well, it's okay, I understand, you don't have to worry about it. No. You are well aware of what this person was doing behind your back. Whether you saw it or not, you felt the energy. Hey, K Hypsee, how are you? You felt the energy. You didn't have to see anything. And now this person is so sad because you know what? Like I said, you don't even give a flying fuck about what this person thought they was going to be able to do. Yes, every action that they took, they look like a fool now. Hey, Lightworker William. They look like a fool, and they, like they were expecting you to come and try and catch up to them to say, I want to talk to you about this, and and I heard, and keep my name out your mouth. You didn't do any of that. You was told to just step away and let God handle it, and that's exactly what you did. You remained in your Empress energy. You remained protected. You didn't have to do anything. God got you. See, this person, like I said, they came after one of your children or all of your children, not knowing that that was it for them. Hey, Platinum 777X. Their money is being affected. There any type of growth that this person thinks that they're going to see, they can kiss that goodbye. Because they messed with the wrong one. The right one, the wrong one, all wrapped up in the same one. They tried to come after an earth angel's heart. They tried to affect you. And whereas you were here to help them. And now somebody's got this pie in the sky type of dream that them trying to lead a charge against you, trying to create all this black magic on you, that you're going to somehow forgive them. You might forgive them, but you still ain't going to fuck around with them. You might forgive them because you know that's just going to be better for you, but that don't mean that you're going to help them. See, they're forgetting about all this shit that you had to protect yourself from, all this shit that they tried to throw out on you. They're forgetting about that. Regardless of what they think or what they hope or how they feel, you remember the truth. You remember that why you walked away and what happened when you walked away. You was done. Completely done. Hey, Ruth Anna Sear, how are you? Wait, is it Ruth Anna? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they tried to, like I said, they wanted this relationship that you had. For what? Because they didn't have a relationship that was close. So they wanted to try and steer how somebody saw you, change how somebody saw you. And now this person is sitting here wishing that they never did that shit because they didn't know how extremely close, how extremely prayed up, and how extremely beautiful you are. All they had to do was act right, but instead they chose not to see you. Now this person is wondering if they can even come anywhere near you to even contact you or even get in touch with you, or even if they do, are you even going to respond to them as they ask for your forgiveness? Because they just want to make themselves feel good. Right now, they don't want people to know that they are receiving judgment. They don't want people to know they're trying to hold back. They're still trying to save face like, oh, it's all good. I'm all good. I'm just over here doing my thing. Yeah, I still got money, but they don't have money. It's them same $4. They like, oh yeah, I'm flashing cash, but you ain't flashing cash. This person is trying to rob Paul to pay Peter. They trying to ask for they family members for loans, their friends for loans, and everybody's like, I ain't got it. I ain't got it. Everybody's being told energetically, spiritually. Even people are going around talking about them, saying that on the 3D, stay away from this motherfucker because we don't know what the fuck they was actually out there doing. This is why people are talking about it. They're like, we don't know why this person is getting karma. All they know is that this person is definitely getting karma. This person has been like this forever. And now somebody is in their emotions for how they chose to act. And they sitting here thinking about how much time they invested in this whole plan, how they was going to do this and how they was going to do that, because they wanted to be seen as somebody who was upstanding, as somebody who had this whole family thing, as somebody who got it was destined for you. But people are looking at this person as a big ass bully and an immature asshole. That's it. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? See, they didn't think about what they was going to look like whenever it never worked. They didn't think that it wasn't going to work. They thought it was going to work. But the truth is always going to come out. You can lie for as long as you want to lie, but the truth is always going to come out. And now somebody's sitting here rubbing their head like, damn, I sure am looking like an asshole. I sure am looking like I was jealous. I sure am looking like I deserve something that wasn't mine. Now somebody's looking at themselves like, oh, damn, why was I doing this shit? Hello, Reborn Again Dynasty. Right. The term forgive and the term forget are not mutually exclusive. I can and I do forgive because Jesus has forgiven me. I do not forget a thing. Amen. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Latasha, how are you? Happy Friday. Yes, girl. Happy Friday. My toes is clapping. Once again, you wasn't bothered. You was not concerned. You were confident within yourself the entire time. You was perturbed. You may have been a little bit upset, like, how dare this greasy motherfucker sit here and try and cause some type of chaos in my life when I was clearly open and helpful to them. You know, somebody, like I said, they thought they had the best plan how they was going to come in and overtake you. Like you wasn't going to be even aware of what happened. Like you was just going to be like, oh my gosh, what just happened? Someone just took my destiny. You knew what was going on the whole time. That's why you was like, tell you what, you got this. You got this. You about to get what's yours. Because I'm going to get what's mine. Now somebody, like I said, they want to go to calm waters. They want to get out of this mess because they having financial problems. And they don't know how long this shit is going to last. And no matter what they trying to do, they applying for jobs. Their money's not adding up. You know, this shit, they don't know. That's why that's the only reason they want to come in. That's the only reason they want to ask for forgiveness. Because they know that, you know what, but you got them on block. But they know that if they was to come in and they was to ask for forgiveness and you was going to be like, it's okay, here, I'll take you underneath my wing, the shit would start happening, popping off for them again. Because they know you bring blessings, you bring abundance, you know, but this person didn't want to learn any type of lesson. And so now they feel like they are being left out in the cold. Don't nobody want to accept that apology. You know, you don't need me to say, I accept your apology. What you need to do is ask God for the forgiveness. Take that motherfucking L, accept that karma, go through that type of transition. And like I said, you know, they even try to affect your children. They tried to get, you know, what in whatever way. And now somebody's looking at it like it wasn't that easy. Now that they see that they wasn't going to be able to just assume your position. Hey, Hypsee, how are you? Hi, Crystal 5D Healing Station. How are you? But they realize there is justice being had. And they are on the receiving end, just like you are receiving the justice that you deserve as well. Recovering. You know what? You were going to be okay. Seriously. They're the ones who have to learn the lesson. They are the ones who have to learn a lesson. And sometimes it's not for us to make them see. Sometimes God has to bring them all the way down to their knees in order for them to see. And you know what? Sometimes we have to realize that as much as we want to do for them, as much as we want to do for them, sometimes we have to recognize that maybe they were karmic. It's a tough lesson. You know, just because we have children don't mean that they were meant to go this journey with us. And if they allowed themselves to be talked out of a spot or to look at you a different way because somebody else said something, or they didn't allow themselves to understand that, you know what, it is they were children and they were being raised, that you were also going through your own life, you know? For somebody, they want to give you this apology. They feel that they owe you this apology because and the only reason they really want to give you this apology is because they have this hope that, you know, you will accept it. You know, like I said, that things will start popping for him again. They're gonna get these calls about these jobs and this and that and the other. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Yep. You know, it's funny that, you know, with this Empress, the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords, as they found out that, see, they thought that they was going to be able to work with you or take what was yours, and that you wouldn't be able to know what they did, to figure out how this happened, you know, to be able to express what was going on. Like you was never going to be able to understand, you know, how things went downhill for you. But that's not the truth. That is definitely not the truth. Not only did you know, but you know what? And you may not even have said anything. You may have just been quiet, but you went within. You know, you did the work that you're supposed to do for you. And now everybody that they worked with, you know, maybe some people were working with this person blindly, like they didn't want to see what was going on, or they didn't want to ask your side of the story. But everybody receives their just due. Everybody. There's nobody that's free. They're feeling it. Trust me, Crystal, they are feeling it. Exactly, like Worker William. Apologies are only meant to console the one who has committed wrongdoing. They do nothing for the individual who has been harmed. Personal healing does not require any closure from them. Amen. Yep. Sometimes you have to walk away and enjoy your own life and have that own better day for yourself, because trust me, judgment comes. Judgment comes to everybody. Everybody receives this. Everybody's going to feel this. Everybody. Whether you chose not to look, not to see, not to clarify, not to ask questions, everybody gets this justice and judgment. There's no one that does not. So, you know, we all deal with heartache and heartbreak. You know, and hey, if you are someone that's here on a purpose, Like they say, it's lonely at the top. Bottom of the deck, justice. It is lonely at the top. But you're going to receive what is due to you. You're going to. You know, what you give out is what you get back. And someone is realizing this. They're realizing that you know, had to protect yourself against somebody trying to take you to battle. Them going to battle against you. You know, this person is, someone is now understanding that they should have been there to protect you, not to go to war against you. And somebody thought that they was just super duper all powerful, like they was just being a bully, like they was just going to come in and take what was yours. Hey, AJ Craft, how are you, sweetie? I'm glad that you stopped in to say hello. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Kenta, how are you? Yeah. See, like I said, someone thought that they was going to be able to conspire, like, you know, with this covenant and take your gift. Like they was going to be able to take your gift. They was going to be able to work together with others, but they're finding out now that no matter what they did, it didn't work well for them, and it's not going to work well for them. They're looking at how they stabbed themselves in the back. They're looking at nothing that they're doing is working out. Absolutely, positively nothing. And you are still, that's why they want to come and apologize to you. You know, this could be one of your children that finally wake up and they're finally realizing who the true empress is. You know, they see maybe now that, hey, you built your own company from the ground up, that you are happy, you know, that you are out doing God's work, while the whole time they're still stuck. They're still out in the cold and they're still suffering because of the lies that they told. You know, if somebody chose not to believe the truth, let them go. You can't make anybody believe what the truth is, but they will gladly accept a lie. Now somebody realizes they can't come up against you. Their own ancestors are not helping them. This person could be down and out. They could be in the worst health. They could be about to lose their house. They could be about to, you know, getting laid off. They sitting here trying to pray, but nobody's out there helping them. And now they're looking at you, the rising star, how you are being celebrated, how you've always were meant to be celebrated. This was your duty. This was your call. This is your life purpose. You know, you were the one who was bringing the stability. You were the one that's stable throughout all of this, and they were sitting here trying to give you this little cup of love with something fishy in it. You know, what else, Spirit? What's the message? Yeah, all because this person, they wanted to be seen as the earth angel, but they're not. They did too. They walked around town telling too many lies on you, you know, because their jealousy was showing through, and all they and now and they thought that they was going to be able to get away with some shit. Mm. You weren't going crazy, Crystal. You just needed to. God wanted you to be able to know that God had your back, even if nobody else was there. God was going to see you through. God was carrying you to safety. You know, you're always going to And now people are looking at you like, you are worthy. You are the one who was standing 10 toes down for yourself. Judgment is coming for everyone. Judgment is coming for everyone. Everything that they said about you in the dark is going to come to the light. You are being moved forward and seen as the chosen one, and it's shocking the fuck out of everyone. They never thought it was going to be you, but it was only going to be you. Someone else, they had this thought, this idea, this magnificent plan. They wanted to send you some, or they wanted to bring something up. They thought, only to find out that this person now feels like they was an immature, insecure fool, and how everything that they thought they was going to do wasn't shit going to work out for them. Now people are looking at this person. They're looking at this person. Everybody's looking at this person, how they got themselves stuck in this position. That's why ain't nobody helping them. Ain't no jobs calling. Ain't nobody trying to give up no money, no cash, no loans, no gas money, no couches to sleep on, no backyards to put a tent in. Ain't nobody trying to do nothing to work with this person. Nobody. This person is stuck. They stuck in this cycle, and the wheel of fortune is turning out of their favor. The wheel of fortune is making somebody be seen. I'm telling you, somebody is stuck in this. They can't. They can try and get out of it, but until they do right by you, let them go down. Let them go down. Hey, Galactic Goddess. Let them go down. Let them understand, because trust and believe, what they do to you is coming back on them. It's always going to go around. If you cause somebody heartache and heartbreak, you may not feel it today, tomorrow, next week, or next month, but the karma is the type that will wait the best and perfect time for you to feel like you got everything going your way to snatch it all from underneath you. Continue to do you. Continue to be spiritual. Continue to praise God. To continue to live the most righteous life that you can. Because that other group, how they tried to come for you when you didn't send for them, how they tried to overburden you, how they tried to overpower you, how they thought that they was all going to gang up against you. All right, now, like I said, Archangel Michael is here showing everybody the truth and daring anybody to cross this motherfucking line to help them. Until somebody goes within and sees the error of their ways and goes through that own dark night of the soul, they get absolutely, positively not one motherfucking thing. They won't be the ones to even get a cup of water, because everybody is seeing what they've done, how they didn't appreciate you when they had the opportunity, and how you always spoke up. You always spoke your truth. You was always independent. You always did whatever you could for everybody else. So, yeah, fuck them. And the vote that they wrote in on. All right, y'all, it is 8 o'clock on the dot. Let me get myself on this work computer, do my little thing, and I will be back this evening. Thank you so very much. I love you all. J. Mike, I'm going to give you a call. All right. Have a wonderful Friday. Until we see each other later. Bye now.